Hey there, I'm Vergola, and you're listening to a Pup in the Life, Pod-fessions of a founder's pup. In this walking podcast, I will tell you all about my life with Mom, who's a startup founder, talking startups, entrepreneurship, but also other interesting topics such as mental health and a bit of fun too. Join us in this walk of life. Hey there, it's Vergola, and this is yet another episode in a Pup in the Life. So, we are driving today. We're actually driving, and we're recording this hands-free, so no worries, actually pause-free. Mom is driving. And so I wanted to share something that happened to Mom lately, and that's quite an interesting topic to be sharing, because I think that's pretty... it's pretty hard to explain in other terms if it happens to overcome this objection in a business area, in a business meeting, in a business conversation, because objections are something that's very common, but are still sometimes there are smarter ways that you can just build to answer better to them. So if it's possible, it's easier to share them with you through Mom's wisdom and experience, which is not a lot, but it's still something, which is better than nothing, and that she can share with you around the, let's say, quantity of work type of objection. What does this mean? So if you find yourself in a setting in which, for example, you're asked to, sew a t-shirt, or a jumper. So to sew that jumper, you would need materials. So let's call it material objection, or actually, I don't even remember, bill of materials objections. We call it bill of materials objection. So you could be asked to actually create this jumper, and you would find yourself creating a bill of materials. So really saying that you need the scissors, the actual cotton, you would need a sewing machine, you'd need buttons, you need maybe a zip, you need colors, like you need many different things, right? And so the thing is, you do that bill of materials that, for example, requires 7 different materials, right? And so you'd find yourself just creating this type of analysis, like cost analysis, by saying like, this costs 2, this costs 4, this costs 7, this costs 100, and you would come up with the price, which, for example, might be 10 euros to create this t-shirt, right? And so at some point you would just go and sell this t-shirt to your potential client, saying, hey, this is costing, 20, 25, 100, like even 17 or 15, that completely depends on your margin, right? Okay, so we don't want to get into that. So you're selling that, and you're potentially saying, this is a bill of materials, and this is what I need to do. So you're not sharing your bill of materials, but it's actually obvious that a t-shirt is actually comprised of different set of materials. Now, when you sell services, it's quite different, because you might find yourself just really struggling to explain different parts of the job, different parts of that bill of materials to somebody who doesn't understand the bill of materials, because they don't understand the subject, they don't understand the output, even though they might suspect they want the outcome. So imagine you're like creating a marketing strategy, or you're launching a startup as a consultant, and so you're like, okay, so we're gonna create like we're gonna share values, the mission, the vision, blah blah blah. Then we set up the assets that we have, we create a business plan, we do a financial plan. It doesn't really matter if you don't follow it, like it's required, and it's better planning than just being planned. So it's more of the planning, and it's more the planification rather than the planning. And so you would find yourself like creating a pitch and brand identity and blah 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 blah. And then at some point this person goes like and says, hey, listen, I thought about it, and I think that I don't actually need A, B, C, and D. I just need E, F, G, H, which sometimes is just in random order. So they would just go like, oh, I need E and I and H. I don't need B, C, D, and F and G. And you would find yourself, just if you accept to go through and actually have that conversation, you are actually accepting the fact that you are potentially going into a rabbit hole of conversation. What does this mean? It means that since they don't have the same info as you have, and they don't know that is essential, they're gonna counter on something they don't understand. And you never want to go into negotiation when the person who doesn't understand is the person that needs to give you money if they want to negotiate it. They're not accepting the thing at face value. Now, I'm not saying they're not negotiating on price and blah blah blah. I'm just saying they're negotiating on the content. It's actually, I go to my accountant and say, hey, I don't need that you do like the balance sheet. I just need the, I don't know, income statement. Like it doesn't make sense. Any CFO would tell you that. And so the thing is that the bill of material objection is a no-go. And once you see that, the only possible answer is, okay, the jumper example. What if I told you that you need to sew a jumper, but I don't give you a sewing machine and I don't give you, for example, cotton, like the actual material or wool or whatever you want to actually be able to create it? It's going to be way harder. It's going to cost more. It's going to take more time. And sometimes it's not possible. It's not actually possible. And so the bill of material objection, once you see it, please recognize it. Please see that it's been put there just to prove that that person doesn't understand what they're buying. And so once you see that, what should you do? Well, of course, counter that. Counter that with the ability of explaining that a bill of material is needed, but it's not negotiable. And second, they're going to find somebody, if they don't accept it, they're going to find somebody that just does it, and that does it badly. If you're, of course, in the right space, in the right, I would say, in the right, you're in the right. Like you are actually just stating the truth. You're not bullshitting around and you're not adding things that the person doesn't need just to make money. And so if the person accepts it, then there's not more negotiation to do. If they're negotiating on price, then it's up to you to decide if it's right to negotiate on price or not. You know the type of premium that you put on the product. You know how much time it takes for you to do that. You know everything, and you know your overheads, you know your direct costs, and blah, blah, blah. And by the way, if you don't, that's a big problem. And so that is the only possible answer you can have. And so the bill of material objection is something that I recently countered in my word, and it just happens. In Mom's word, and it just happens to be something that really shows that the other person doesn't understand. Now, there are two people who don't understand: the people who want to understand or just trust you, and the people who actually might just want to understand or don't. It doesn't really matter, but they're not going to trust you because they don't feel that they can understand, and so they fear that. So the only way you can counter that is competence, is skills, is ability of actually just giving an answer. If you're not able to give an answer, they are right to not trust you. If you're able to give an answer and they still don't like it, well, maybe it's a lead lost, and it's better like that. Grant Cardone would say that not interested is a level of interest, which might even be true, and I might just agree with that. Nevertheless, just don't waste time in such opportunities. When that objection comes, it's just a waste of time. And if you were good, if you were right, if you're in the right position, and if they really need your services, your product, just like you think, they will actually come back. And then what you can do is actually give them a higher price and then solve the issue just like that. Let me know if Mom got called, and yes, we had a problem. But anyways, I was just closing and saying, let me know if you ever encountered the bill of material objections, and let me know how you answered to that, and let me know your thoughts, and if you have other ways to counter it or other objection we can counter, I will be happy to share them with you. Please, if you like this podcast, share it and tag us on LinkedIn, Insta, whatever you want, and soon see you. Bye. Hey, it was great to walk with you today. I hope to see you again around soon. By the way, in the meantime, you can find me on Mom's social media. If you look for Marta Basso, which is MartaBasso. Yes, it's Marta without an H. Just find us, send us a like, a comment, a message, reshare the episode if you liked it. I will send you all my hugs and kisses and a bit of barks as well. Walk with you next episode. Bye!